Good evening, you're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq greets His Excellency Ramchandra Podel on him being elected as the new President of Nepal and His Excellency the President of Mauritius on his country's National Day. The Ministry of Energy and Minerals announces preparation of a new set of exploration concession areas in the mining sector. And the local production of natural gas in the Sultanate of Oman increases by 14.6% to reach 4.3 billion cubic meters. Those are the headlines, and now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq has sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency Ramchandra Podel on him being elected as the new President of Nepal. His Majesty the Sultan sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency President Rupan Prithviraj Singh of the Republic of Mauritius on his country's National Day. The Ministry of Energy and Minerals confirmed that work is underway to prepare a new set of exploration concession areas in the mining sector in preparation for announcing and offering them during the first quarter of this year. The Ministry indicated that the new concession areas target chrome, copper, limestone, amongst others. The Ministry indicated that it is currently in the final stage of negotiations with specialised companies about several concession areas, most of which focus on developing potash ore, potassium chloride, and research and evaluate lithium ore. The Ministry last year signed around 12 agreements with Mineral Development Oman. The company started the exploration works, including the geophysical surveys, and after that, these areas will be developed by the company or with local or foreign investors based on the studies related to the initial expectations of quantities and raw material. The local production of natural gas in the Sultanate of Oman increased by 14.6% to reach 4,353 million cubic meters until the end of January of this year. The data issued by the National Centre for Statistics and Information indicated that the production of associated gas increased by 11.7% to reach 909 million cubic meters, while the production of non-associated gas, including imports, increased by 15.3% to reach 3,626 million cubic meters. The Sultanate of Oman oil's production reached more than 33,023,000 barrels by the end of January 2023. The data issued by the National Centre for Statistics and Information indicated that crude oil production reached 25,978,600 barrels. Meanwhile, the oil condensates reached around 7,045,200 barrels during the same period. The centre added that the average price of Omani crude oil rose by 7.3% to reach $86.02 per barrel. The daily average production of oil also increased by 3.6%. The Ministry of Education and the Governorate of Dahira organised a seminar on electronic security. It came within the activities of the Electronic Security Week implemented in various governorates of the Sultanate of Oman. A number of government and private institutions took part in the seminar. The seminar focused on a number of topics and work papers related to cybersecurity, email, e-blackmail, as well as the safe use of social media means by the students, in addition to the best practices in this regard. The seminar also aimed to spread awareness among the students and their parents, including the community in general, towards cybercrimes, as well as the necessity to take precautions when using the internet. It also encouraged the institutions to take into consideration the best available programs to stay protected against cybercrimes and keep their data safe. Still to come in a news bulletin. The South Batna Tourism Forum concluded after 10 days of exciting events and activities. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. Coinciding with the Gulf Talent Week 2023, which carried the slogan Together for Beyond Border Talent, the Special Education Department of the Directorate General of Education and Al Bahraini Governorate organised various activities that targeted talent students in different fields. Along with these activities, various training workshops and lectures were conducted in the field of sports, literature, technology, innovation and arts. The activities of the Camel Festival for the current year were concluded at the Camel Racing Field in the Wilaya of Al Kabura in the North Al Batna Governorate. Over 1,000 camels from all over the Sultanate of Oman participated in the festival's activity. The closing ceremony was held under the auspice of His Excellency Sheikh Sabah bin Hamdan Al Saadi, the Secretary General of the General Secretariat for National Celebrations. The South Batna Tourism Forum concluded after 10 days, including various events and activities, with a huge turnout from members of the community. The forum came under the theme Experience South Batna. Its conclusion ceremony was presided over by His Excellency Nasser bin Hamoud Al Kindi, the Secretary General of the Royal Court Affairs. The forum included a blend of activities such as sand marathon, an exhibition for classical cars, camel and horse races, shooting competitions, in addition to a number of fun beach sports activities. It is worth mentioning that such events come within the efforts to promote tourism and stimulate the economy in the Governorate of South Batna. Russian forces have made progress in the frontline hotspot of Bakhmut, a key target of Moscow's month-long campaign in eastern Ukraine that has resulted in staggering casualties. The UK Defence Ministry said in the latest of its regular Twitter updates that the units from the Kremlin-controlled parliamentary group have captured most of the eastern area, with a river flowing through the city centre now making the front line. However, the update added it will be highly challenging for Wagner forces to push ahead, as Ukraine has destroyed key bridges over the river, while Ukrainian sniper fire from fortified buildings further west has made the thin strip of open ground in the centre a killing zone. China named Li Keqiang, a close confidant of the top leader Xi Jinping, as the country's next premier, nominally in the charge of the world's second-largest economy, now facing some of its worst prospects in years. Li was nominated by Xi and appointed to the position with no dissenting voices at this morning's session of the National People's Congress, China's ceremonial parliament. That came a day after Xi, 69, secured a norms-breaking third five-year term as state leader. The voting for Li was 3 against 8 and 2,936 in favor. The Saturday plenary of China's national legislature also elected the vice chairman of the Central Military Commission's director of the National Commissions of Supervision, president of the Supreme People's Court, and procurator general of the Supreme People's Procurator. The United Nations said that the parties of the conflict in Yemen began talks to implement an agreement on the exchange of prisoners. In a statement, the UN indicated that the ongoing talks in Switzerland are being chaired by the UN envoy to Yemen, Hans Grundenberg, who urged both parties to engage in serious discussions to agree to release as many detainees as possible and to fulfill the commitments they made. These talks are a follow-up to the 2018 agreement, which called on both sides to release all detainees without any exceptions or conditions.
The voting is as follows. The draft resolution received 15 votes in favor. The draft resolution has been adopted unanimously as Resolution 2675 of 2020.
Indonesia's Merapi volcano erupted today, spewing avalanches of searing gas clouds and hot lava down its rivers, forcing authorities to halt tourism and mining activities on the slopes of the country's most active volcano. The volcano on the densely populated island of Java unleashed clouds of hot ash and fast-moving flows. It traveled up to 7 kilometers down its slopes and spewed a column of hot clouds rising 100 meters into the air, with avalanches of lava from the crater at least 9 times. The sudden eruption continued during the day, blocking out the sun, and several villages were blanketed with fall ash, but no casualties have been reported. Mount Merapi is the most active of 120 active volcanoes in Indonesia. Its last major eruption in 2010 killed 347 people and caused the evacuation of 20,000 villagers. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq greets His Excellency Ramchandra Podel on him being elected as the new President of Nepal and His Excellency the President of Mauritius on his country's National Day. The Ministry of Energy and Minerals announces preparation of a new set of exploration concession areas in the mining sector. And the local production of natural gas in the Sultanate of Oman increases by 14.6% to reach 4.3 billion cubic meters. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studio, it's good night.